How are y'all doing tonight? I just got home from work and I went to check my mail and my harmonica from Dirty Pet Walsh came in. So I'm going to open it up in front of you guys so y'all get to see it the first time with me. I didn't want to show too much of the box because I didn't want to show either one of our addresses. But let's get it opened up and see what we got here. It definitely was well protected because there's a lot of tape. Ow. For those of you who don't know, I just punched my table and that really hurt. Alright, let's see what we got here. Dadgummit, that hurt. Plenty of bubble wrap. I'll have fun playing with that later. Alright. Ooh. A Hohner Marine Band harmonica. It's got a little bit of character on it, but no damage that I see. So that's good. Let's see. That's really cool. What's funny is I know that's not what this is for, but if you can see right there, that says ULM, and about 45 minutes from where I live is a town called Monroe, Louisiana, and there's a college called ULM. It's University of Louisiana at Monroe, and that's where most of the people around here go, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, that's great. Get something, clean it up a little bit here, and I'll show y'all that the notes work, but I'm not gonna lie, I play many instruments, but unfortunately harmonica is not one of them. I've always thought it was cool, but I've never learned how to play, so give me just a second. Alright, I'm back. Please pardon my messy house. This is some hand sanitizer that I got from where I used to work. And it's really liquidy. It's like pure liquid, as you can see. It's not gel. So I'm going to put some on this rag and wipe it down really good because it's been all the way from Canada to Louisiana in the mail. And you never know whose hands or anything have been on it at the post office, because the post office is not always known for their honesty. Nothing against people that work at the post office, just sometimes they will mess with your stuff. So get it good and clean. And he also gave me a letter in the box that I'm going to look at in just a minute, but I was just wiping this off first. Alright. Like I said, harmonica is not something I play, but I'm going to attempt. All the notes work. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Yep. Like I said, that is really cool. Sorry, I know I'm repeating myself a lot. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning right now, and I just got home from work. But I just thought it was really awesome that came in, and I wanted to share it with y'all. So let's see what the letter says. Hey, Cowboy 1994, I hope this gets to you sooner than later. This harp, though in rough shape, will actually play fine. You may want to clean it with some alcohol. I already have done that, but you can't be too safe. Be well, dude. Dirty Pet Walsh. And it says, this harp was used on tour with my old band, the Jackson Sanatorium Blues Band, in, I believe that says 1999. And I used it in the Silverhearts 2003 album, No Place. That's really cool. And he even drew a little skull and crossbones thing on there. That's pretty neat. I'll have to find some place to put that up. But yeah, I will probably attempt to learn to play something on it and maybe post a video on that. Like I said, I play about 10 instruments, but for whatever reason, the harmonica was not ever one that I learned to play. My grandfather can play a harmonica some. Some people call it a harmonica. A lot of people around here call it a French harp. But they're the same thing, to my knowledge. But yeah, M. Hohner, made in Germany. I may see if I can get something to get some of this rust off so I can read some of this writing better, because it's got some cool engravings on it. Trademark, Stuttgart, 1881. I was seeing... That's really cool. 1873, 1881, 1871. There's a lot of years on this that I'm not sure what they mean. Maybe Dirty Pat Walsh can comment on this video and tell me, because I have no clue. But that's really neat. And there's that little... You're probably not going to be able to see it off my phone camera, but the little symbol that Dirty Pat Walsh has a tattoo of, there it is right there. That's pretty neat. Key of C harmonica, I believe. That's, yeah, C. And then A44, so yeah, so it's C. But like I said, I will attempt to learn something on it and hopefully get a video of that up soon. I'm going to try to get some more videos of me singing and playing guitar or mandolin or fiddle or something like that up. The videos I posted were actually some older ones that I just had on my phone. And what I'll do is when I'm trying to learn a song, I'll video it. And I'll listen to the recording and then listen to where I messed up at so I know when to fix it. And, or know where I need to work on, you know. And that's what those were. That was after I kind of got it close to where I wanted it. And I'll try to get some more videos uploaded. But yeah. Matter of fact, while I'm on here, I told y'all I might show y'all some of my instruments in a video. So I might go ahead and do that now just because I don't have anything else to do. And there's 1, 2, 3, 3 of them right here, or 4 of them right here around me. So might do that just to add a little to the video, you know. So just give me 1 minute. The first one I'll show you is this one right here. If you watch my really, really old videos, you'll see this guitar. This is a Fender Stratocaster. This is one of the made in Mexico models. It was made for Musician's Friend. Or actually, excuse me, Guitar Center owns Musician's Friend. It was made for Guitar Center. And since they own Musician's Friend, they had it on there too. And you can see the little, it's upside down, but you can see the little special edition decal on the back. I've had this guitar 10 or 11 years now. This is probably the longest running instrument I've got. I've got my initials on it. Funny story, my favorite guitarist of all time is Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I actually didn't know who he was until I went to buy this guitar. I had a Squier Affinity Series Stratocaster, and I wanted to get a real Fender, so I had a square neck resonator dobro guitar that I didn't really play much, and I never did get really, really good at it. So I decided to sell it, and I was going to buy me a real Fender, even though this is a Mexican model, but it's still really good. And I just got to looking around, and I happened to see the Stevie Ray Vaughan signature Stratocaster that had his initials on the pickguard. And what's funny is I'd actually, just looking at pictures of Stratocasters, seen that guitar before, but didn't realize it was an artist thing. It was a picture of his that had the holographic stickers, and I thought that was a really cool idea. So I'd actually got the idea to do that before I knew who he was. But when I saw that guitar, and if you know anything about Stevie Ray Vaughan, his had a left-handed tremolo bridge, which meant the whammy bar would screw in on top. And I noticed that and thought it was odd, so I decided to look him up and just fell in love immediately with the way he played and that style. I mean, I had liked that kind of music before, and I had heard his stuff before. I just didn't know who he was. And after that, I was hooked. And this one is an HSS model. It's got a humbucker in the bridge and 2 single coils. And I had this added. This is a coil tap switch, so I can have this be a humbucker or a single coil. And I also had them rewire it where normally on a Strat, the as far as tone, the bridge pickup is always wide open. Well, I had them wire it where this is a master tone, and so I can control the tone on the bridge pickup too. And this bottom tone knob is currently nothing. I thought about eventually I want to get like a TBX tone booster circuit like Eric Clapton uses, and have that put in this bottom knob. But that's the first one. So let me sit this down. The next one is, this is my newest guitar, but not the newest instrument I have. This is a 2020 model Epiphone Les Paul Standard 60s. Gibson redid their line in 2019, and Epiphone redid theirs in 2020, earlier this year. And these, they have all, hand-wired electronics, CTS pots. They have the Epiphone Pro Booker 3 pickups in them, Grover tuners, and they kind of modeled Gibson on the fact that Gibson has a standard 50s and a standard 60s, modeled after a 1950s and a 1960s Les Paul. And I went with the 60s because it has a little bit slimmer neck, and I have small hands. But I had always wanted a Les Paul, and I can't afford a Gibson. And after Epiphone revamped their line, they really upgraded these a lot, so you get a lot more bang for your buck now than you used to. And I had the money at the time, so I decided to go ahead and get it because it had always been kind of a dream of mine to have. I probably won't tonight because it's so late and I have neighbors, but I'll try to do a video where I plug up my electrics through my amp. I have a PV Classic 30 tube amp that I use, and I'll try to plug them up and do videos for you on both of these. The next one I have, this is the newest instrument I have. I got this as a early Christmas present. Get it out of the case here. This is the only one that was actually, or there's 2 of them that are actually in their case where all of them should be, but I apologize for this being unorganized, you guys. I decided to get on, and I thought this might be something fun to do since I've been busy at work lately and haven't got to do many videos. But this is a Lohr LM520 F-style mandolin. I had a A-style mandolin, and I'd been wanting an F-style for a while. And I finally got one this year for Christmas, and I was really happy about that. And I just played it, so it should be close to in tune, but I'm going to check it. I know this is boring, but I want to make sure it sounds right. But if you don't know about a mandolin, It's got 8 strings, but you play it like it has 4. They're all doubled, kind of like a 12-string guitar. It's used a lot in bluegrass and folk music, which is actually what I grew up playing. My family had a bluegrass band that I grew up playing in, and I played guitar for them for a long time, and I learned how to play mandolin, and I learned how to play fiddle. But yeah, all the each 2 strings are like, these are both E's, these are both A's, these are both D's, and these are both G's. So they're it's tuned the same way as a fiddle, but in doubles, and this has frets, and you play it with a pick instead of a bow. But and it's really fun to play. But it's really fun to play, and I got a new one so I can practice up on it more, because I hadn't played in a long time. I had an A-style Kentucky mandolin, and the top started to crack on it and some other issues, and I took all the strings off of it, and I was going to put it back together and try to see, if the top was going to hold and just have a crack, or if it was going to cave all the way. And I lost the bridge to it, because these bridges are not attached. They're just held down by tension. And how you know where to put them is you measure, from the nut to the 12th fret, and then from the 12th fret to the bridge. And that's how you set your intonation. But yeah, I'm really proud of this. Like I said, that is the newest instrument I have. And I'm actually going to be playing it later this morning at my the church my family goes to. They're having a Christmas thing, and I'll be playing for that, and I'm going to be playing my mandolin there. Close this back up, and I'll get the next one. Now this one is very special. As you can see, this is an extremely old case. This is wood. The latches on it are like screen door latches that aren't hooked, so I'm glad I'm holding on to this. But if you can see, it's just like a little screen door latch with a little loop right there. And it's got this little keyhole right there for an old key that I didn't get with it. But my aunt works for the Veterans Affairs Hospital, and one of the doctors there had it in his attic, and had it for years and never played it. And he found out that I played fiddle, but I didn't own one of my own. I had been borrowing an uncle's of mine's. So he gave me this, and I took it to a good friend of my family's, and who knows a lot about fiddles. He built fiddles and all that kind of stuff, and he inspected it for me. And he said that it was made in 1890 by a guy named Johann Baptiste. I know nothing about that. I've never really tried to research it myself, even though I probably should. I just know it sounded good. It's really pretty. The only thing is, you can tell that it had been refinished before. This finish is not from 1890, but you can tell that it's a refinish on it. Thankfully, they didn't do a bad job, but you could tell it had been refinished. But yeah, that case is original. I have the original bow. I do not use it because it's got like a really pretty inlay of a flower and stuff down here and all that. And a lot of times those old bows with those, expensive inlays and stuff on them are worth a lot of money. So I don't use it. This is one I bought for like $30. And I'm going to see if this is in tune or not, but it is not. So I'm not going to push you through that hard, and I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me tune something else. I'll have to make a separate video on another day of that. But I thought this is really cool. And this one, I didn't pay a dime for it. If I had, I've never had it appraised, but I imagine as old as it is, it'd probably be worth some money. So I thought that was really cool. Now all the parts on this are not original. I had him put me a newer bridge on it with a little bit better fine tuners on it, uh, and he put me some new pegs up here in because the old ones were wore out, and I don't even know if the parts that were on it when I got it were original. The body itself is, but like the bridge and the fine tuning piece of the bridge, this chin rest is new, but like the body itself is original, and this case is original. I'll show you the case. I really need to get a new case to actually carry it in because this has no padding. But if you look, you can see it's all wood on the inside, and somebody has actually added, hold on, is there a way to turn this around? Yeah, here we go. Somebody has actually added this and this to hold a bow that wasn't originally there, but the rest of this is all original, and this is all, all the felt that was in it, half of it's wore out and gone, but I put tape over the little nut on that because it was scratching up the finish on it. And of course there's this little thing where I've got rosins and stuff like that. One of the old chin rests that's wore out, the old friction pegs. I don't know what this is. But spare rosins, and this is that's the bridge and stuff that was on it when I got it. And but yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like I said, I'll have to tune that up and do a video of me playing it later. And that blue guitar you saw in my other videos, I've had that for about 2 years. It's a Oscar Schmidt by Washburn acoustic guitar. It is, for the money, it is great. It's actually brand new, less than $200, and for the money, it's phenomenal. It's got a Graphtec new bone nut on it. It's also got a Graphtec new bone bridge saddle on it, which are, really good things. That's really high quality stuff to come on a budget guitar. And it was actually the last birthday present I got from my grandparents before my grandmother passed away. I was very close with my grandmother, and so that guitar is very special to me. I got it, and my birthday's in October, and she passed away in December of the same year. So yeah, that guitar is very important to me. That's the one I was playing in the other two videos where I was singing. Actually, if you look right here, I got that for my grandmother after she passed away. That's a rose, and it's backwards in the camera, but that says Edie. My grandfather's name is Edward, and they call him Eddie, and my grandmother's name was Edith, and they called her Edie, so it was Eddie and Edie. And she was the sweetest woman you'd ever want to meet. But this video is getting quite long, so I'm going to go ahead and try to upload this. And God bless. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll try to get y'all something else up soon.